my photo shoot with Rose McGowan. So October 2014, I get a call from this magazine, and they say we want you to do 10 pages of fashion with Rose McGowan. And I'm like, oh, cool, Rose McGowan's cool. So I said, do we have a location? They said, we're shooting at Shane Black's house, and Shane Black is this famous screenwriter who wrote the Lethal Weapon movies and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's this big, beautiful mansion in Hancock Park. So I'm like, cool. So I do the usual. I hire the crew, the hair, makeup, wardrobe, photo assistant, second photo assistant, couple of interns. Now Rose shows up with a really old friend of mine, Courtney. And I'm like, hey, Court. And she's like, hey, Scott, what are you doing here? And I said, what do you think I'm doing here? And she goes, oh, yeah, you're a photographer. Oh, Scott's great. Don't worry. So I'm like, oh, cool. I'm like vouched for. So Rose takes off her hat and she says, just so you know, I cut all my hair off last night with a children's scissors. And I go, okay. And she goes, is that going to be a problem? I said, no problem. Let's just rock it. And this was the first shot we did, this one right here. And it was a 2-page spread. And she's got kind of a funny look on her face about 10 minutes into the shot. And I hand my assistant my camera and I walk over. I said, hey, is everything okay? She goes, I don't like that bitch. I want her sent home. And I go, which bitch? And she goes, the one with the pink hair. I don't like her vibes. I want her sent home. I said, listen, Rose, I will send anyone home you want, but I can't send her home. She's the writer that's interviewing you. Let's just ignore everything around us. It's just you and me, artist and muse. Block out everybody else. Let's just you and me make some pictures, old school. So she goes, okay. So we're popping all over the house, and I'm using window light and available light wherever possible because I just don't have the time to studio light 10 pages. And it's going well, and everybody's happy. So apart from that little moment, you can see we got some really pretty pictures, and we're doing nice work, and she's happy, and I'm happy, and everything's going fine. Then I ran to the backyard and I said, oh, there's this nice little dappled light under this tree. Why don't you sit down on the root of this mighty tree and we'll knock out a few here. So we wrap and everyone's happy and we do this obligatory selfie at wrap and I thank her and she says, can I get your phone number? And I said, sure. And I give her my phone number and she puts hers in my phone. And I'm tired. You know, people think photography is not physically taxing. It is. I'm, carrying 10, 11 pounds and I'm doing 300-400 squats and I'm carrying light stands and sandbags. Well, less so with two assistants. But so I pack up my gear. I drive to the grocery store. I grab a rotisserie chicken. I head home. I mow the chicken. I take a bath and I'm getting ready for bed. And then all of a sudden, it's like 12:30, 1:45 in the morning. And my phone rings and it says Rose McGowan. And I say, hey, Rose, what's up? And she goes, it's Rose. I said, I know. And she said, listen, I just want to be clear about something. I get final edit on everything that goes into that effing magazine. I said, Rose, respectfully, I don't get final edit. I'm just a help here. But I'm happy to put you in touch with the photo editor and the owner of the magazine. And I'm sure they'll do whatever to make you happy. Do you want me to introduce you in an email? Do you want me to do it in a text? I just want you to be happy. And she goes, you listen to me. If I don't get final edit and there's pictures I don't like in that magazine, I will effing destroy you. And I am in no mood for a temperamental actress right now. My back hurts. I'm tired. I want nothing to do with this. I said, are you flirting with me, Rose? And she goes, oh, you wish. I will destroy you if there are pictures I don't like in that magazine. I said, Rose, I'm a really approachable guy. If you want to ask me out on a date, just ask. And she's like, ugh, F off. So I introduced her to the owner of the magazine and the photo editor, and they just never communicated over email again. And Rose never wrote back. So then she added me on Facebook a few days later, which I thought was weird considering how contentious our conversation was. And she left a snarky comment on one of my posts, and I just wrote back, are you flirting with me? And that was it. So that happened.